Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. This video, I got a lot of stuff for you. I've had a lot of you guys reaching out, asking where am I? Where's the next upload? I've been here, guys. I've just been adjusting my own strategies, to be honest. I've been adjusting my own strategies, getting my own house in order, getting everything I need under control, basically. I don't know if you guys can relate to that, but that's basically where I've been. I've been here. I've been adjusting my positions. I've been basically just adjusting, refining, and really rethinking everything. And because of that, I kind of put this this channel to the side again, just to kind of make sure my house was in order, which I hope you guys are also doing as well. Making sure that you are comfortable with your portfolio, you know, within crypto, outside of crypto, making sure there's no money being wasted, battening down your hatches. Because as we know, with crypto, we are getting ready for some really exciting things, and we're also getting ready for some hard times economically. It's a weird catch-22 kind of situation where we know we're heading into really troubling times economically, but we also know that we're holding digital assets which are going to change the world and bring in a wealth transfer. So it's really almost kind of weird, you know, preparing for times to get harder, while also knowing we kind of have this nest egg that could possibly generate us wealth. You know, it's definitely an interesting opportunity that we have on our hands, and I think covering ourselves from all bases, from all fronts, thinking out every scenario that could possibly happen and preparing for it is probably the best thing that you can do. So on today's video, I want to talk about whether or not we should still be investing in cryptocurrencies. I haven't posted a video in about a week, almost 2 weeks. So I figured, should we even still be investing in cryptocurrencies at this point? Is this thing just a joke? We've been waiting for the price of Bitcoin to go up. You've heard tons of people say $100,000 Bitcoin 2020. Obviously, $100,000 Bitcoin in 2020 is probably not going to happen. I never thought $100,000 in 2020 would happen. I think the soonest we could possibly see it is 2021. Again, this is assuming that Bitcoin does reach those levels, because as we know, Bitcoin, of course, also has the option to fail, right? This doesn't have to work out. Bitcoin doesn't have to go and change the world, and neither does any other cryptocurrency. It's still a highly volatile and highly competitive space, right? Anybody can basically come in and make their own coin and make any claim they want and start competing with anybody they want. And the regulations aren't really there yet. We're getting more regulations, but as we know, this still is mainly in a pretty much unregulated space. With that said, so we're going to go over a couple things. So the first thing I want to start off with today is the pandemic catalyst, digital payments set to take off in emerging markets. So this is an article by Forbes that came out in September of 2020, so earlier this year, and I just want to kind of reinforce, everything that has happened with this pandemic and how that's bringing us closer to digital payments. It's easy to forget because we've been in here every single day, right? I know a lot of you guys watch videos or do research every single day, so sometimes it's hard to remember what we've seen so long ago. And most of the day-to-day news is just noise, and every once in a while we get a really hard piece of concrete news, right? That actually benefits us, that actually can help us think and can help us confirm that we are making the correct investing decisions. We're also going to take a look at the Bitcoin price chart, the total market cap, the XRP rich list. We'll take a look at some coin prices, the fear and greed index. We'll look at Bitcoin price dump not going to happen as whales stay off exchanges. We're going to go over David Schwartz and how he sold 40,000 Ethereum at $1. And this is pretty cool. There's a Bitcoin themed cruise ship to settle down in Panama Gulf. So we got quite a lot. But again, the main point of this video that I want to go over is it still even worth buying these cryptocurrency things? So let's get into it. By now, those of us in the payments industry are well aware of the growth digital payments have endured and continue to experience during the pandemic. A recent study from Research and Markets found that almost 50% of consumers worldwide are using digital payments now more than they did before the pandemic. And the majority of those consumers said they plan to continue using digital payments after the virus is contained. Merchants should take notice of these shifting trends worldwide and assess how they can plan their future strategies accordingly. The past several months have highlighted the important role digital payments play. For merchants looking to maximize growth potential, adjusting to changing customer payment preferences can be just as important as the evolution of your product set or services. In examining the changing payment landscapes around the world, here are a few more things you need to keep in mind. As new services and opportunities show up through digital channels, more consumers, and especially the younger ones, are expected to consume more online. That was a fact before the pandemic and will be true well after it has passed. I'd have to agree wholeheartedly. Even not even just young people, but I see more and more older people you basically utilizing online payments, digital payments, buying things online more and more and more. Even people I know who were once averse to it, once averse to doing things online and making online payments, and they would say, I don't want my credit card information online, I don't want my identity hacked, right? That was like kind of one of the big ones, especially for a lot of old school people, right, who are all about cash and things like that. Even they have come around to buying things on Amazon. It's just kind of where we're moving to. It's almost like it's too convenient not to, right? So especially younger kids are already growing up with that instant gratification, getting things instantly, and that's not going to change. Especially that once you develop that habit, that behavioral pattern of you want those things instantly, and you continuously get them instantly, the second that stops, people get kind of pissed. So going on, whether it's the introduction of new payment methods or a sudden change in consumer payment preferences, so new payment methods or sudden change in consumer payment preferences, what could be the sudden change? What would people prefer to use as a currency over the US dollar? What could that be? And what are these new payment methods, right? Disruptions frequently involve opportunities for those who can adapt and make flexibility part of their market go-to strategy. Finding success in emerging markets requires being truly local in your approach and execution. It means having operations or partners on the ground to help you make sense of each country's unique attributions and requirements and help you take advantage of the opportunities while minimizing the risks. Okay, so that came out in September, right? September, this came out, and basically what they're saying is that digital payments are up and they're probably not going down. People are going to continue doing digital payments well after the pandemic is already passed, and especially younger people, right? Now, businesses are also, these younger people, they're not going to be young forever, right? These younger people are eventually going to become young adults and then adults and then, grow old and everything like that. So businesses are going to shift their strategy to meet these younger people who are also not going to be young one day, right? They are going to be young adults one day and then adults. And so it's best to shift strategies now so you can capture this market while they're young, and then you can continue to capture them throughout their entire lifetime. Now, if we move on to the Bitcoin rainbow price chart, this is a price chart. It basically goes over, it's a log scale price chart, and it uses these different colored regression bands, right? And they make up basically the color of a rainbow. While it is cool to look at, it also helps us to know just kind of where we are, right? We're invested in crypto. A lot of us, right? We just invest because, maybe you watched a video like this and somebody made some pretty good points about why you should buy maybe a cryptocurrency. Maybe it was Bitcoin, maybe it was Ethereum, maybe it was XRP. Maybe they made a couple points and you kind of, you agreed with it. And you're like, all right, well, let me just get some exposure to this, right? But you don't really know, like you're not looking at this chart, right? Most people are just opening up a Coinbase account and they buy some Ethereum, buy some XRP, buy some Bitcoin. But where are we? Because if we don't know where we are and you're counting on that investment to go up, maybe you need it to go up, maybe you're expecting it to go up, but you don't know exactly where we are located on this journey to cryptos going up. You could be waiting a very long time. You could get impatient. You could sell early, right? We're going to look at David Schwartz and how he sold early. So it's very important to know where we are. And lucky, if you're just getting into this, lucky for you, because we are basically at the end of our bear market, right? It's even hard for me to even say that we're still in a bear market. We very well could be. We could go back under our moving averages. We could go back under resistance. We could lose our support. I just don't think that's very likely. I think it's possible. I think anything's possible in this market, and I don't know what's going to happen, but I just don't think it's very likely, especially with the weakening of the dollar, the Fed printing more and more money, economic economically, we're headed for some hard times. As we know, Bitcoin was made during an economic hardship. It was made during 2008. It was made to withstand a crash, at least in theory, right? So it's going to be very interesting to see how Bitcoin performs during a possible crash that we're going to be experiencing, right? That's the main thing that I am looking to see. I mean, this is going to be better than a movie watching this play out. But as you can see on this rainbow chart, here was our peak of $20,000, and look how far we've come since then. It seems as though it was so far away, and it was almost 3 years ago at this point. And we went through this entire basically bear market. We bottomed here at $3,000. We came up, we kind of went on a over leveraged ourselves on this run, came up to about, I think it was like 13 and a half, maybe $14,000. Then we had our dump down. But if you really look at this, we look at this lower band here, all this has really been is just accumulation. That's all that this has been. Bitcoin is still over the long term going up. Despite all these crashes, we didn't come down here into the white space. Even here with this, the pandemic crash, we didn't come down here into the white space and lose it all. It seems as though Bitcoin always recovers itself, right? And we are treating this lower blue regression band. It is very, very nice support. And as we can see now, we aren't even on the lowest band. We are on the second lowest band. We have a lot of support there as well. Now, the cool thing as well is, let's say we just stay here for a while, and then let's say we do drop down to this lower band right here. We do come down and test the bottom of this lower band again. The cool thing is that the longer that this goes, the higher that this lower band gets. Eventually, this lower band itself right here, this is showing that this lower band in 2022 will be at 19,000 euros, which I think is about, 23,000 US dollars. So just think about that, guys. Think about us potentially being on the lowest band, and on the lowest band we have a Bitcoin valuation of $20,000. That would be pretty insane, because the last time we were at a $20,000 Bitcoin, we were on the highest band. So to get to a $20,000 Bitcoin on the lowest band, which is definitely coming in, where does it say? Well, not definitely, but predicted to come in 2021. So that is really, really cool to see. Basically, what that means is Bitcoin price is going to rise over time, right? And no matter where we are on these bands, eventually, whether we're on the highest band or on the lowest band, and it doesn't matter where you bought in this entire mess, you're in profit, right? And that's a really, really cool thing because of how new Bitcoin is and because of all the money that is coming into it. That's a really cool thing that we were able to buy in early, and we will basically be absorbing all of the newfound money that pours into this asset class. If we also go and we look at the crypto total market cap, we have broken out. We have broken out of this triangle, and we've broken out of it very, very nicely. If we zoom in here, we can see that we broke out. We didn't break out hard, right? We didn't fly up, which was honestly, it was nice to see. Usually we get all over extended when we break out. FOMO gets really crazy, but this was nice. We just we came out of it, and then we just went down. We touched it as support. We just stayed there. We chilled for a couple weeks, and then we made our next leg up. Right, and now we've come back. We're testing that as support. We're basically building support. You could say we've tested it. Now we're building support. We are outside, right? We are above of this triangle. We are above the 20 EMA. We're holding the 20 EMA as support. This is looking great, guys. From an overall macro standpoint, this is looking beautiful. I mean, I really couldn't ask for anything better. We could come all the way back down to a market cap of 220 billion, and that I would still be bullish. I would only not be bullish if we came back into this triangle, and then we basically started treating it as resistance again and started making lower lows, lower highs. As you can see, we're also holding above 315 billion, and the last time that the market cap was at 315 billion, Bitcoin was at about $14,000, $13,000, and we are now above that as support. And honestly, I don't really know what more you could ask for. This looks like a beautiful chart. It looks not exactly how we predicted, but exactly of the time of, what's it going to take? Like, you look at this Bitcoin rainbow chart, and you can kind of see all right, well, what's this thing going to look like? And so many people have drawn it out. I watched a ton of great analysts draw it out, and it literally is starting to look exactly how really good analysts have drawn out Bitcoin and shown how, about how is this chart kind of going to look, and it looks kind of exactly like we expected, right? Now, if we move on to the XRP rich list, we can check this out. This has been moving up. All of the wallets from 0.5% to 10% are all accumulating. And as we can see too, the whales actually sold off, and now it's starting to flatten out. Like this 0.2%, we can see the whales sold off, but now it looks like they're starting to buy back in again. We can also see this looks like it's bottoming out. This looks like it's bottoming out. The cool thing for XRP, right? If we look at XRP, it's currently sitting at 25 cents, and it's sitting at 25 cents despite these massive accounts that sold off, right? These massive amounts that, whether they sold or XRP got transferred or whatever it is, XRP is still sitting very nice at 25 cents, and these lines, these trend lines are starting to flatten, if not to go up. So if these lines start going up, whales start accumulating with XRP already at 25 cents. Things can get pretty crazy, guys. Things can get pretty nice. I know some people don't like XRP, saying it's a stable coin, it doesn't move, yada yada. Look, I know a lot of people on my channel are fans of XRP. Me personally, I'm also a fan of XRP. I don't think XRP is the best coin to go and start flipping right now and start making money, right? XRP has been on a slow bleed for years. But if you believe in XRP fundamentally and you're willing to wait, and you believe in the Ripple team, then you're probably in a pretty good spot. Remember, guys, none of this is financial advice. So let's look at some of the crypto prices. We have Bitcoin at 11,300. We have Ethereum at 376, XRP 25 cents, Bcash 243, Binance Coin $30. That's pretty good. That's up quite a bit. Chainlink at 11, Cardano at 10 cents. We have EOS at 261, Monero at 124, 2.5 cent Tron, $2.35 Tezos, 7.5 cents Stellar. And for the most part, guys, these coins look like where they've been at for a long time, right? We've had our ups, we've had our downs, but for the most part, if you take all that away, you take all the volatility of it away, it's kind of like we've just been trading sideways. And we've had some new money come in, but we haven't had all the money come in yet, right? We haven't had that big FOMO intensified bubble speculation money come in yet. We haven't seen that, but we are seeing corporations get in, right? We know Grayscale is getting in. We know people are investing with Grayscale, right? People getting market exposure to cryptocurrency assets through Grayscale by buying their trust. So money is coming into this market. It's the big monsters accumulating now, buying up slowly, before they basically, I hate to say flip the switch. I don't think it's necessarily going to be a flip the switch, but until they decide, all right, hey, we've accumulated enough, let's let the masses get their hands on these. At least that's my line of thinking. We have IOTA at 28 cents, Theta at 75 cents. Theta's been on a rip, and Vechain at 0.011 cents. And we have the Crypto Fear and Greed Index today sitting at 56. The Bitcoin price dump is not going to happen as whales stay off exchanges. The post-BitMEX trading arena is not skewed to selling despite BTC USD nearing 11,500. So a Bitcoin sell-off and associated price fall are not going to happen, said a well-known CEO of an analytics tool. The CEO of CryptoQuant noted that average inflows to exchanges were staying low despite BTC price gains. He says exchange inflows are still in the safe zone. All exchanges inflow means usually indicates how many whales are active on exchanges. Above 2 BTC is the danger zone, and we're still in the safe zone. As such, BTC USD climbing to near 11,500 this week has not increased investors' temptations. Okay, so we've taken a look at all of that, right? We've taken a look at all of that. Now let's take a look at this, okay? Ripple executive says he sold 40,000 Ethereum at $1 and unloaded painful amounts of Bitcoin and XRP, right? David Schwartz says he sold tens of thousands of Ethereum along with some of his Bitcoin and XRP investments well before they hit their peak. He says the 40,000 Ether that I sold at $1 was all me. That amount of Ethereum is now worth $15.5 million. He also shares that he regrets selling his Bitcoin and XRP holdings for a price way below their current market value. He goes on to say his decision was to de-risk, or his decision to de-risk was made in 2012 when he discussed investing in cryptocurrencies with his wife. She insisted we agree on a de-risking plan right then, and I must say that every Bitcoin I sold for 750 or XRP for 10 cents hurt. Schwartz says the decision to sell his Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP investments way too early is due to a certain character trait. He says, on the de-risking, I'm a risk-averse person with people who depend on me financially and emotionally. Fate caused me to put a lot of eggs in one basket. I like that basket, but the risk is very high in the entire cryptocurrency space. I'm just too rational to pretend otherwise and suggest to others to do the same. So it sounds like, you know, David Schwartz probably had big old bags of cryptocurrency. I mean, I probably can't imagine, you know, for a guy like David Schwartz, right? We know David Schwartz is a pretty smart guy, right? And he's been building blockchain since, I mean, come on, like blockchain pretty much started. So I bet he did make some pretty big investments. And just think, if you were David Schwartz, right, you're working on blockchain while the whole world is laughing at you, thinking you're kind of just, you know, what is this guy doing? And you're going all in on investing, and then you sell too early. That really sucks. Wouldn't that really suck? Because I know a lot of people are probably feeling that way right now, right? Looking at all this sideways action, Bitcoin's getting pretty boring. Do you feel like David Schwartz right now? Do you feel like David Schwartz's wife, where you're like, hey, you know what? Maybe I need to de-risk a little bit, right? Maybe I should shave off some of this XRP. Maybe I should shave off some of these Ethereum holdings. You know, what am I even doing with all this? It's so risky. And the crazy thing is if you started de-risking now, you'd be de-risking like right at the point of practically maximum financial return, right at the point where, look, we are past this halving. Here's the halving line. We are past the halving, guys. Why de-risk now? And that's just my thought process, right? If I wanted to de-risk, you know, maybe I'd de-risk before the halving, because, you know, I remember there was all the miner capitulation and all of that, but miners look good right now. We are past the halving. We have a weakening dollar, and we have a Fed that blows money like they're a printing press, because they pretty much are. Our Fed is basically a printing press, and they treat themselves as such, right? There is no limit to the amount of money that they are willing to spend. For some reason, the only things that they don't like spending is giving us stimulus checks. But other than that, the Fed will basically print out, bail out anything, and they don't care. They want to own it all. And in the face of all that, imagine de-risking now when we are months past the halving. Bitcoin is making good support. The crypto total market cap is above the daily moving averages. Bitcoin's above the 20 MA. You know, these XRP whales, looks like they've sold, but they are starting to bottom out, while us, the masses, pretty much from, you know, 0.5% to 10% are all still accumulating. More and more people find out about cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin every single day. This is not financial advice. This is just my own opinion. But when I think about, you know, should I de-risk right now? The way I look at it is we have come so far. We have waited so long. We are again, everything I've said, I'm not going to say it again. You guys have already heard me reiterate it all twice. But for me, I would rather just go out and make more money rather than to sell the bags that I've already bought at a loss, right? If you're in a loss, or even if you're in some profit, to me, it's just way too early. Like, I've suffered too much to be selling right now. And it's just really cool to see, you know, David Schwartz's experience, where he basically had the same thing, right? He was probably really in over his head. Probably invested more than he should have, right? Overexposed to cryptocurrencies, and made the decision to de-risk, and just made the decision to de-risk too early. But the thing is, guys, you know, if you are overexposed to crypto, yeah, maybe you do want to de-risk. But my thought process is, rather than take the money that I have put into crypto, take that capital out, I'd rather just go make new fresh capital, and I could put that into something else if I'm really that scared about it. You know, maybe you don't have the opportunity to make money. I know this pandemic has affected everybody in different ways, but man, if you got the opportunity to make money and you're not sure about de-risking, I mean, if you're really overexposed, maybe, yeah, you should go ahead and de-risk. But, you know, hey, what's so hard about putting in an 80-hour work week for a couple of weeks and really making it happen and getting some fresh money, some fresh capital, and you get to hold on to your crypto? All right, not financial advice, but that's just where my head is at. Okay, if you guys are enjoying the video so far, make sure you hit the like button. I haven't asked for likes at all during this entire video, I just realized. So if you guys could hit that like button, that would be greatly appreciated. We have a Bitcoin themed cruise ship to settle down in the Panama Gulf. A company led by an early Bitcoin adopter plans to turn a cruise ship into a floating condominium and technology hub. All right, a cruise ship will become a blockchain-focused floating condominium anchored in the Gulf of Panama. The crypto cruise ship will provide a place for blockchain enthusiasts to live and work in a crypto-friendly environment. A total of 777 cabins aboard Satoshi will be auctioned off starting November 5th. The name of the boat is Satoshi. If we look right here, I think that's a Bitcoin logo on the side of it. Yeah, so Bitcoin, Ocean, and we have Satoshi. That is really, really cool, guys. So let's go back to the title of this video, right? Should we continue to be investing in cryptocurrencies, or should we be selling? Should we be de-risking? What is it? Well, the main thing is, should we still be accumulating? Well, guys, I mean, people are out there making Bitcoin-themed cruise ships. Early crypto investors still buying into this stuff, still investing into this stuff. We see people who bought Bitcoin, at hundreds of dollars, and they come out and they say, yeah, I'm still accumulating Bitcoin to this day. So people who have bought Bitcoin in the hundreds of dollar range are still accumulating Bitcoin in the thousands of dollar range because they know that there's still ROI to be made. Again, guys, we are past the halvening. We have a weakening US dollar. We are up for some hard economic times. Bitcoin was made to be a peer-to-peer currency during those economic times, so you can have control of your money. Now, Bitcoin has kind of veered off that a little bit, yes, but we also have other cryptocurrencies. We have Bitcoin, we have Ethereum, we have XRP, we have so many other tokens now, and the main thing is we have all these tokens have made a lot of progress, right? The Bitcoin of today is not the Bitcoin of 2017. The XRP, the Ethereum, all of them, they are not the same coins that they were a couple years ago. The teams are different. The strategies are different. They perform better. They can scale better. The fees are lower, excluding Ethereum, right? Ethereum seems like the fees are going higher. But with all that said, guys, just me, I'm not stopping. I still think that this is going where it is going to go. I think we have the perfect pot brewing. We have like the perfect storm. The Bitcoin perfect storm is literally here, right? It's literally here. Everything that could go right for Bitcoin is in the places to go right for Bitcoin. Of course, things can go wrong, but I don't think we could have asked for a better storm than this for Bitcoin. With that said, if you guys enjoyed the video, again, make sure you drop it a like. I really, really do appreciate it. If you guys could also subscribe to the channel. If you enjoyed this video, just give it a subscribe, hit the bell. You're notified when I upload. So with all that said, I hope you guys do enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you on tomorrow's video. Subscribe so you're notified for tomorrow's video. All right, I'll see you guys all later.